Understanding Firebase Firestore's increment, decrement, and batch write operations is crucial for building efficient and scalable applications as they allow you to perform multiple data updates quickly and reliably. These features help maintain data consistency and reduce the number of network requests, improving overall performance. Knowing how to utilize them effectively can save your time and prevent common errors during development. This video provides a clear step-by-step guide that simplifies complex concepts, making it accessible even for beginners. By watching this video, you'll gain practical knowledge and confidence in implementing these features. And also, please make sure to check out the link in the description where you can buy all of my products. This is a huge sale for only $99. Total value is $1,330 and you get all of these products for only $99. So today we are going to take it further from where we left off in our tutorial series. Again, the playlist is down in the description. We are going to, let me just go to my Xcode project. We're going to increment, decrement, and batch write for today's episode. This is an ongoing series. Go ahead and also subscribe to the channel to get notified when the new videos are coming out. Now, in the previous episode, we managed to do the CRUD operation. So created, read, updated, and deleted a post. Again, make sure to check out the whole whole playlist to better understand what's going on over here. Basically, we are just creating these posts. That's where we are. And we are also authenticated with Firebase. So what are we using right over here? We are using Firestore collection. So this is a GitHub repository that I have created and I added it as a Swift package. It's really useful and it's super easy to use. And I also created our dashboard for our Firebase project. And currently we deleted, that was the last thing that we did in the previous episode. We deleted our only post. So let's just do some more. So that's why we have this collection over here on the post. So what I want to do today is just increment, decrement, and then batch write. That's basically on the update side for the increment and decrement. Let's just say if you have a score value, you should not fetch, like read the document and then update it, because that document then stays a while on your device, on the user's device. And during that time, that document might need to be updated, for example, on the score value from another device. For example, likes count or something like that. Therefore, you should only use increment or decrement on these types of values, not read and update. And then finally, we are going to go for the batch write, where we are going to write, create or update or all of those, delete our documents, multiple documents. So if one fails, all of them will be reverted. So we're going to talk about batch writes at the second part of our tutorial today. But first, increment. So we do have an add new post. So let's just create a new post right over here. Again, this code is in the previous episode, so plus. And I'm going to build and run, and let's just create that. Toolbar item, add new post. I'm just going to create a post with a message of random int. Let's just click on plus over here. And then let's just fetch that post. This is what this button does. And it says it could be read. Let's just see. Oh, yeah, because the UID is different. Oh, of course. So now let's just go and check on the database. Here it is. Here is our UID. And if we click on it, we have this post message 987. Okay, so now we actually want to some sort of way increment. And that would be basically score. In our case, it's a score. It could be a like count or whatever you feel like it. Let me just stop this and then go to the post. And after the message, we are going to create a score of type int. And I did create this model in the previous episode, so go ahead and check it out. Swift UI devs, this is your chance to grab everything I ever made for iOS developers at the massive 90% off discount. Just for $99, total value $1,330, you'll get full access to my products, tools, and resources designed to help you build better apps faster. No fluff, no filler, just the good stuff. This is a limited time offer, so don't miss out. Let's take your dev skills to the next level without the premium price tag. The link is in the description. So then we're going to have a score of int, and I'm just going to go for the default value of 0 when we are creating it, and then self dot score equals score. For the coding keys, we're going to have a case of score, and then let's also have self dot score. Let's see if AI has a good choice for this. Yes, indeed. And then for the encoder, so try container dot encode if presence code. Okay, so yeah, take a look at the previous episode of how I made this model work. We just added a new score. So let's just delete this document. So let's just delete this one, delete the document, start deletion. That's fine. And now when we are going to create a new score, let's build it run again. A new post. We're going to have a new value of score. Let's just click on plus over here, and then let's just double check on the database. There it is. New one has been created, and then we have the score. So I want to update the score. I want to increment it or decrement it, and we are going to use the increment and decrement functionality of Firestore. Because the reasons why I told you in at the beginning, this should be updated only on the server and not on the client. So let's just do that. Let's just go back to our Xcode project, and then let me just see feed view. Yeah, let's just remove this functionality. For the plus, it would be increment score. Okay, let me just have that function over here, func increment score, and let's also have a new function of decrement, func decrement score. Okay, and that should be added right over here, and I'm just going to go with the minus, and then decrement score. Okay, so first of all, we do have a post collection, and then I'm just going to double check on the database. I don't care about putting it into the post. So post collection, that is what we are going to use. Let's just see. We're going to say post collection dot and then increment, and as you can see, we do have a two. So increment for ID, and then increment for document. And then there's also by, if you want to increment by not just one, default is one, we are going to use that one. So let's just go for the ID. You already know how to fetch the document, so I'm not going to care about fetching the document at this tutorial. So let's just go for the field and for the ID. So increment field for the field will be score. And then the ID, I'm going to just copy it out from over here. So this is the ID. Otherwise, you just, as usual, you would just fetch the document and then just increment it. Go ahead and check out the previous episode of how I did that. So this is an asynchronous function and also a throwing function. So we do need to have this task and do catch. I'm going to copy it so I could just work a little bit faster and then cut it out, and then put it in there, and then try await. And all of the errors should go away. That's great. So we are going to increment our score with 1. Of course, you could just add multiple ones also, multiple values for this ID. Let's build and run and see it in action. So let's just wait for the simulator to load. Build has succeeded. That's always a good sign. And then we have the plus and minus button. Well, just for the plus for now, I'm going to go into Safari, and then let me just take a look at the simulator and move it right over here so we can see it updating live over here. So if I click on the plus button, There we go. We have score 1. Click on it again. Score 2. Really nice. Now let's implement the decrement part, which is kind of the same. It's really straightforward. I'm just going to copy this part out, paste it in there. And instead of increment, we are going to decrement the score for the ID. Again, you might choose to add more values, like only one, not only just one, but in our case, it's just fine. Now, the cool part here is that even if you have multiple users, it's just going to do the increment and decrement properly on the database. So now I would just decrement. Let's just test that out. There we go. We just have 1 and then 0. Of course, it might just go to -1. I don't have any rules set up for that, but you can do that on the client side. And then just plus 0, 1, 2. And that's how easy it is to increment and decrement int values on your database. And it should be like this for the like counts, for the score. It's real. If the multiple users do want to have access to it, it's much safer this way to just increment on the server. So now we come to the second part of this tutorial, and that is batched write. So yeah, we could just create documents one after another and just wait if that has been created and then create another one. But maybe they do have dependencies upon them. You most probably will have some sort of a situation where you want multiple documents to be saved or none of them. In that case, you want a batch write. So let's just do that on the plus, for example, right over here. So let me just have a batch write. Okay, let me just copy that out and create a new function right over here. So func and then batch write. Now, how to do that? Well, first of all, we need to create two batch write objects, so-called, and then we're going to call on the post collection like we did as usual to batch write. So let's just have let documents, for example, documents, let documents, and that would be an array. Just have an array of batched write. And then let's just have that array. And then it would be a batch write of type and actually the document. Now, the type, what do you actually want to do? Do you want to create it? Do you want to update it? Do you actually want to delete it? I'm going to go for the first one. I want to, as you can see, create, delete, and update. I want to create. And then a new document. Let's just have a new document right over here. Post, or let's just have this new post. And basically user ID. Let me just grab all of this. Oh, not this, but the one where we are creating. Here we go. It's this one. Scroll down. Let's create that new post. Well, there is a message and then a post. Oh, didn't I copy out the post too? Let's just grab the post too. Okay, so now I want to create that new post. And then let's add a comma. And then let's, for example, you could just create another one if that's the case, but I want to make it really like a good example. Let's have a batch write and then let's update. So dot update. And the document would be, well, what is our document? We are going to, oh yeah, we do need to have it fetched. Let's just go in and delete. Why not delete? Let's just see batch write. And also the document. Okay, so yeah, you do need to fetch the documents at some point. So I'm just going to create another one for this tutorial. So create and then a new document. So we just have post 2 and then post 1. This would be post 1, message 1, and message 1. And let's duplicate it. But the idea applies. So even if I did not add, update or delete, the idea still applies. So let's just have this 2, 2, There we go. And then message 2. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so we have all of our documents, and then I say posts collection dot, and then write batch, and then all of our documents, basically an array of batch writes. So we are going to say documents. Okay, this is asynchronous. Yes, indeed, and also throwing. So again, the task and the do catch. I'm going to copy it out, paste it in there, and then just move everything into the do part. So cut and paste it in there. Okay, so now let's build and run. And try await. Forgot about that. Build and run. Let's just wait for it to build succeeded. That's great. There is our simulator, and then let's just go over here, and we should see 2 documents being created. Now, if one of the operations fails, then none of them will be added. Okay, let's just go back to the simulator and click on the plus, and indeed we have these 2 documents added. So there we go, a new post with a new message, and there it is. Great. So that's how easy it is to write multiple documents at the same time, basically, and those that are dependent on each other to be, created, updated, or deleted. And also, we learned how to increment and decrement properly. Now, if you do like these types of tutorials, go ahead. Also, check out my super sale. The link is down in the description. Only $99 for a total value of $1,330. That's more than a 90% discount. Go ahead and check out the link in the description.